to this study they did in the UK. You might want to do. You might want to check. You might want to check it out for yourself. This may lower your sperm count.
For real? Forever?
No,
Oh, I was
no.
about to say, but they on some other
According to them,
that's
no.
that
I would do
population control. Don't get me started now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come
bro.
on, man.
Yeah, we about to get into it, man.
That sounds
Hey,
like
let's
my
really
type of
talk
shit.
about what's going
about
on.
it right before. I just read about it a few hours ago. I'm like, dang, are you
Look,
serious? I never
these
heard
folks
of
that made
anything
they done
returned
made the
to that.
remix now.
I ain't
Now
hear
all of a sudden it messed with your sperm count. All right. Y'all, hey,
It's
better
over.
eyes wider.
That's it.
I'm about
Last
to
of
say,
a
I'm
dying
still
breed.
planning on having kids and shit,
Quite
man.
literally.
Man, listen, bro.
Dang,
We gotta stay prayed up, man. You know, that's all we can
we
do.
do.
You know, stay
And
prayed
speaking
up.
of
Yeah,
prayed
man.
up,
Yeah,
I want to say rest in peace to Kango Kid, boy. Man, that was a legend right there.
I heard
boy.
about that.
Damn,
I heard
definitely.
about it.
Absolutely.
Rest in
Right.
peace, Kango Kid. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. You feel me? We lost a
Yes,
lot of
Young
people in
Dolph,
between.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I
For
mean?
real.
Come on, man. And them boys in LA, Slim 400 and Drake,
There you
man.
go.
Rest
Yeah.
in
Slim
peace,
400
them
and
too.
yeah, Drake
You know
the
what
ruler,
I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah,
No
man.
cap. That was
There you
recent.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's sad, bro. We losing rappers almost every other day now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah,
It's like being a rapper is the most dangerous
yeah.
hobby in the
Boy,
industry
listen,
now.
I'm
it
for real.
is now. I see why they trying to cross the pop charts. They trying to leave that life alone.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
though, man. You know what I'm saying? But you live that life, bro. You
They be trying
talking
to
that,
live
you
double
know.
lives, man.
It's like
Mhm.
you gonna
Catching
get
it back up.
you reap what you sow. You know, I love. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? At the end of the day, rest in peace. My condolences. I'm sending prayers to all the families. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
it's we in the world, we in the time, man, where what you put out is gonna come back. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
You
go.
gotta be
There you
mindful
go.
of
Absolutely.
what you putting out there. You know what I mean?
There you
Law
go.
of attraction, man.
Uh,
There you go. Well, before we bring our guest in,
Yeah.
we have another crier on the stand. You see this chick?
Oh, wait, you mean the cop, the former
Yeah,
cop?
the cop.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
come on now. Let her get in the ring with me this one. We have we have a taser and a gun that's totally two different shapes. And you mean to tell
yeah,
me, come on, you couldn't tell
yeah,
the difference?
yeah.
No.
That's
Yeah, I saw
Holster
that.
system
crazy.
It's a
anywhere.
video on YouTube of it, ain't it?
y-
It's a video
Yeah.
of it.
Man,
yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I
Bro,
saw that.
She
come on,
cried
man.
after, like during that video. She was crying after she realized she shot him. So I'm like, wait, how the heck do you not know the difference between like?
Between the taser and the gun, come on, man.
Yeah, that's
Come on,
crazy.
I've seen my dad was a cop. I've seen I've seen what cops guns look like, but I've never seen a taser in real life. I will say that. But a taser's got to be lighter than a gun, right?
Right.
I done had it all.
Oh,
I
yeah,
used to
yeah.
be a probation, and I done had it all. Okay, there's no way you're not telling the difference between that. There's no way,
Right.
no way at all. And then
Yeah,
if she
guns,
shot
they
him
weigh a lot
couple
more
times-
than tasers.
Real
Right?
talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Real
Yes,
talk,
she
bro.
shot him
Yeah.
a couple of times. So
She knew
after the
exactly
first
what she was
shot
doing.
went off, if she really didn't know it was a taser, after that first shot, she should have been like, "Oh, something ain't right." You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So she shot him a couple of times. Like,
She knew exactly what she was doing, bro.
Nah,
yeah, she had some time.
my
Mhm.
brother just
Right.
said usually
They all
are
carried on
carrying
different
on
sides. He's
different
absolutely
sides.
right.
But yes, we know that's common knowledge, right? So, but what
Mhm.
was the deal in this situation?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what,
Yeah,
that,
Yeah.
man,
that was intent to kill in this situation, is what it was.
I'll tell you.
Exactly.
White
And
privilege is still very real, man.
Very
Hello,
real.
somebody.
very real.
Very
Very real.
real, bro.
And that defense attorney, I mean, he said something. I forgot what he said. Something about Dante, the kid that got shot. It was just very cold.
what
And it was
now?
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah,
what he said.
What
But that's
now?
how they look at all of us, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's how they do. Now
you know
let
what I'm
the
saying?
shoe been on the other hand, like let that
Yeah.
Right.
a black
He
cop that
getting
shot a
100.
white girl or
You
something.
see how they do?
Oh
You
man,
see
he
how they
getting 100.
doing?
Yeah.
You see how they doing my boy in Colorado? Now, don't get me wrong. Now he is wrong for he killed 4 people on the he a trucker and he
Excuse me.
killed 4 people and they doing because I actually what I'm saying, I'm in the trucking business myself. So
Right.
long story short, they doing a boycott in Colorado. So
Mm.
all the truckers say no, we ain't doing nothing because they gave that man 110 years. He killed 4 people on accident. His brakes went out. You know what I mean? So it's like sad, man.
Damn.
That man crying on national TV, bro.
Man.
They gave him 110 years, but you got some people
110 years.
that's getting less than that for murder. You know what I mean? So it's like
Exactly.
I don't get it.
How
Yeah.
you smack him with 110 years?
They gave him 110 years.
Okay.
Listen, when I tell you,
Wow.
just tap in a little bit. These folks done shut down. You got truckers that done just stopped, and they say, no, we're not doing nothing. All
Yeah.
those was stopped today. They boycotting. Yeah, it's a mess in Colorado right now. Yeah,
Damn.
Dang.
yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy. Mhm.
Anywho. All right, let's get on with this show. 110 goddamn years. How do you
right.
think you take to say that? But go ahead, Steady.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the show and bring the guests in. They've been back there waiting patiently, and I thank them so much.
Absolutely. So let's get the show on the road. Wait, hold on.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Hey, Glenwood, how you doing?
I am
What's
great.
going on,
thank
man?
you.
What's going on?
And we got David. David hit me up and said he was there. What's going on?
What's going on? How are you guys?
Good, man. How you
Thanks for
doing?
joining us. And then we got Rick.
Salute.
Then we got Rick. How you
How's it going?
All right.
We got somebody else that's supposed to be coming up on here too, aren't we? There's 4 of them.
Yeah, we're missing side.
Yeah, sides. Yeah.
So, well, he'll be here shortly and everything. But how you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Steady, you want to put Glenwood down there with the rest with David and him?
Say no more.
Thank you so much for coming on the show with us. Glad to have you here. How y'all doing tonight?
Good, I'm good. I was listening to the 110 years. I was sitting here shaking my head. I'm just like,
It's crazy, bro. It's some crazy stuff going on, man. Yeah,
it's tiring. It's tiring to continue to see
sense. I'm
that
telling
type
you,
of
man.
nonsense
Yeah, it's
continuously
every
being,
time.
you know what I'm saying, aired and put into practice. It's disgusting at this point. It really
Oh
is.
yeah, it really
It
is, bro.
is.
It really is,
It
man.
is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But salute,
So,
salute to y'all kings, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's out here grinding on the independent platform right now, I want to salute y'all fellas, man, because the music industry ain't hard. I mean, it ain't easy. You know what I mean? So it's so I definitely salute y'all and hats off to y'all boys.
Absolutely.
For real.
God bless you. God bless you.
That's
Absolutely.
right. So we're gonna kick this off and start off with David. Where you at, David? Right now, we located.
I'm in Queens, New York.
Oh, you in my hometown. We right next to each other. Okay, what part of Queens?
I'm in Woodhaven.
Oh, you in Woodhaven? Okay.
Yep, I'm right by East New York. I'm right here by Cypress Hills and them.
Oh, so you
Okay.
you a New Yorker? You know, I'm from Springfield Gardens. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and stuff. Okay. All right. Okay. So,
New York in
tell
the
us a little
building.
about yourself. You know, and everything, and how you got started in the music thing. We got Hey Cuz, that's one of my cousins up there. And stuff. Let's hear about you, David, because that song "Toxic." You know, we featured that on the block. That's hot.
I love you for it. I love you for it. Yeah, that's gonna be released at the end of this month, 12/31. But yeah, I've been singing since I was a child. I mean, I've been in New York all my life, and had some training when I was younger. Definitely in opera, classical jazz, and even Broadway show tunes and things of that nature. My parents are very pushing me forward, making sure if you want to sing, make sure you do it right, make sure you know how to use your gift, and all that. So I was lucky to have that that push, that encouragement, behind me. But it wasn't until maybe 2 years ago I decided to put out an album. I have been doing so much session work for everybody else, and singing hooks here and there, and doing background vocals, and doing all this stuff, vocal arrangements for people. And my very good friend Ramona Montanez, who's also an amazing artist, she put out a song called "When I Close My Eyes," and I sat there and heard this thing, and like my whole body was just sitting here like, I need to put out my music. What am I doing? Like she birthed something in me,
That inspiration.
and yeah, she birthed inspiration in me, and I said, you know what? I can't have this music I've been writing over the years sitting on a hard drive somewhere because I'm afraid to put it out there. And I used the time of COVID. I mean, being at home gave me a lot more time to focus my efforts into myself and into the things I couldn't get distracted with so much travel and 9 to 5 and all that. I was really stuck at home. So I decided to really, push forward and put out that album, Journey to Love. And that was my first album, and it debuted at number 3 on the top 100 R&B albums of iTunes. I was like, I didn't know what to do about that. I know
Yeah,
I woke up to
Congratulations on
text
that, bro.
messages.
That's heavy.
Congratulations. Well,
Thank you.
wow, now you
Congratulations.
get on who they want. So, Ricky, what about you? Where you at, bro? I'm sorry, Ricky. I automatically call you Ricky. Where you at? Where you at, Rick?
All right. My family calls me Ricky, so it's all good. So right now I'm in my place. I'm in the Pacific Northwest here in my place in Seattle. Heading back to LA tomorrow. Visit the holidays, with the family, and gonna make my rounds down there for a few weeks, and then probably come back up here.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started in music, and what you're doing.
Sure. So, kind of similar to like Dave, I had parents. My father's a musician from Cuba. So when he arrived here in the United States, when I was a kid, he had his band always at the house, music equipment everywhere. I would always want to be around them, right? And I always tell my dad, I want to get into it. And he says, okay, if you want to get into it, you're going to have to learn, study, and, I'll give you the tools. And, just fortunate that, I was lucky enough to have a father, parents that supported my passion for music. And, there was never a time that I didn't have equipment. At the age of 10 years old, I was already messing around with drum machines, MPCs, and trying to create demos. It's just been part of my life. Fast forwarding to, right when I got out of high school, I went to LA Music Academy. Started after I finished my courses there. I was involved in music licensing. So music supervision, music for background for TV, film, that sort of thing. So I was doing that I'm still doing it till this day, but that's pretty much for about close to 10 years I was doing that. But I've always passionate for smooth jazz. Unfortunately, with licensing background music for TV, it's not really jazz. For films and certain things, yes, jazz will work in certain areas, but not so much. But I've always worked on my craft and working with a couple companies in overseas. I started meeting other musicians that also license their music. So I started kind of with different artists, right?
Right.
And then started working with them, not only for music for licensing, we started working on our type of music that we wanted to do, which is smooth jazz. And so we started working on that sound. And, it came a point where we had started stacking up some songs. And, a few of my musicians overseas were saying, hey, you're in LA. Is there any, labels? Or I know, because LA's big in smooth jazz. It's one of the cities where smooth jazz is pretty popular. And so they were like, let's put a little, let's just put an EP together, see how it goes. Okay, let's do that. So I started reaching out to labels, and at first it didn't work. They were, doors were closing. The sound, it wasn't really developed the way it needed to be. It wasn't really in line with the smooth jazz genre. It had a little bit too much of an R&B feel, a little bit too much of a neo soul feel. Right. And so one thing, where I got my break was I just started reaching out to my favorite artist. I was just shooting half-court shots, and I just started reaching out to my favorite artists as a kid. And one of them, his name's Paul Brown, who's Billboard charting. He has so many classic albums, and he's probably my favorite smooth jazz artist of all time. So, anyways, he actually sent him the EP. He liked one of my singers, so it wasn't even about so much as me, but let's work together with the singer that he has talent. So we started working together with the singer, and then after a while, I started building a relationship. Didn't ask for any favors, was paying my dues. I was doing work for him, some mixing on some of his projects, and then after a while, I actually produced a song, and it was called "Smooth It Out," which was my first single, and he liked it enough to where he wanted to hop on it. And so he featured on it, and this is kind of how my career, in a sense, took off. Once I had the feature, radio stations left and right to hear it. The doors were opening left and right, and that song ended up being on Billboard's Most Added. It took off. It started getting that song was played throughout so many different countries. It charted really well in smooth jazz, and then from there.
What was the name of the song again?
What was that?
What was the name of the song again?
Smooth It Out, featuring Paul Brown.
Okay.
Smooth It Out.
Yeah.
Like
so after that song, the EP, it took note. I got, recognized by quite a few labels, and then Intervision Records. I started it opened doors with them, and they were one of they're probably one of the biggest labels in smooth jazz. And I just started networking and meeting people over there, and they just said, well, start sending us some more music. And after that, I was so motivated. I hit the lab. I started gathering as many musicians, just networking with so many musicians, and we put together. And that first, so my first project, the EP, was the Collective One. It's called the Collective because I work with. It's just a collective of musicians from all over the world, to create a project. So Collective One was the EP. Collective Two, after months and months of work, Intervision picked it up and they released it. And then from there, they helped me with a lot of features, more radio plays. My next single after that was Jakeem, another Billboard charting artist, Jakeem Joyner, who's probably one of the best saxophone players in smooth jazz, featured on the track on the song. That also went to Billboard's Most Added. It charted pretty well. Wow. As well as smooth jazz, but it charted as well. Then I followed up with another single. Right 3 months later, we hit him again, featuring another amazing saxophonist, Will Donato, who's actually on my label, Intervision. And that song again did well. So the label's just been pushing me, and so right now I just released the single for my next album coming out in April, which is the Collective Volume 3. And that one has Blake Aaron. So if you guys aren't familiar, Blake Aaron's #1 smooth jazz artist of 2020. He's on the record, and right now that one's doing pretty well. So we are about 1 month into the radio promotion.
Wow.
And yeah,
that's quite a resume. Wow, that is quite a resume. Really that.
Bro. And it's culture too, man. You know what I'm saying? Cultural vibes, bro. So salute to you, Cuba, and your history, man. That's dope, man. You know what I mean? For real, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Hey, Rick, I got a quick question, man. I got a question for you, Rick. I see on Saj's YouTube page, this Saj featuring Deep Jandu. Did I pronounce that right?
Who is that?
Deep Jandu. I'm not sure. The question was I was going to ask, are you guys a group? Like with Saj and everything, or is it a collective, or you guys just collaborate on work? Or
yeah, so the collective, it's so I produce, compose songs. I'm a piano player, keyboard player, but each song I feature different artists from different parts of the world. So that's my whole goal is to each collective album will have always out just trying to discover brand new talent from it could be from anywhere, and so the collective is me. Just each volume is going to have different musicians, and what I'll do is I'll actually feature big names from here in America, the big names of smooth jazz, and bring them together, and that's kind of the mix of the collective. So each volume is in a sense kind of like a band, I guess, because it's all of us coming together to work on a song, but each volume is going to have different musicians, and it's never going to stay the same.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Nice.
That's dope.
So, Mr. Glenwood, how are you today?
I am sensational. I can't
just like that name Glenwood. I feel like you should be someone tugging on your tie and stuff and just all, all conservative. Hey, Monet, what's going on? So how you doing, Mr. Glenwood? Where you coming in from at tonight?
I am bringing greetings from the peachy state of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, you down here with Cam? All right.
Shout out to the you did. Salute,
yes, sir.
All righty. Wow. So, Mr. Glenwood Avery, that name, that name just like it belongs somewhere. It looked good on the resume, on the top of the resume, just to let you know. Glenwood Avery. I just like that.
He clean cut brother too, man. You know what I mean?
Right. Look at him. Are you a junior? Or are you a third? Or are you a fourth? Because that sounds like it has like some real tight like history behind it.
Yes, I'm a junior.
You're a junior? Okay. All right. Well, Glenwood Avery Jr. I'm calling you Junior tonight and tease you. So tell us about you and your background. Now, I know you got a lot in common with Phillips because you went to basketball too, right?
To who?
Oh, you went to basketball? Not Phillips, Cam.
Basketball?
Yeah, I'm in the basketball for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
Did you play ball, right?
Are you who?
Right, yeah.
Man.
That's why I said you got a lot in common with Cam and everything. So,
dope,
because you was playing ball in school, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. See, I'm fine. So tell us about your music background, how you got started with that.
All right, so I started singing at the tender age of 9 years old. I was one of those
Tender
kids.
age.
Yes, I was, I was dragged to church with my mom. I didn't like church, so my mom always, put the idea in my head, well, do something. I didn't want to be an usher. I didn't want to be a dancer. So, of course, I joined the choir. So I'm singing in the choir. I'm like, I really, love it because I'm having this attachment to it. In church, it's like a really emotional and inviting place where you can feel it and see like the presence of the Lord. So then I had my first solo. I was like 9.5, about to turn 10, and then like the church went crazy. So I was like, oh wow, like these people are like turning up for me in church. So it felt really, really good. It was a really good moment. But I still didn't take my talent really serious. So of course, I stayed in the church, kept singing. But it wasn't until I got to Fayetteville State, and I was at gospel choir, and I was singing with them. Then I was offered a lead vocalist role. That's where I went on tour with Fayetteville State. We went to tour South Carolina, New York, and various churches and singing. And then there was this one lady, we was in a part of New Hampshire. She had pulled me to the side. She was like, boy, you can sing for real. And she gave me $500.
Really?
And that, she just said, like, this is a blessing. Like, I'm going to sow into your life. And I was just like, wow, like, man, you don't have to do that. No one's telling you to do that.
Oh, no, that was an investment. That's what that was.
She was trying to invest, bro.
I did that for about 3 years, touring with Fayetteville State. That was really amazing. And then once I got my bachelor's, I went to FAMU in Tallahassee, Florida, where I got my master's. But then that's when like everything started kicking off, with like George Floyd and, Mike Brown, and then like the killings. And it just really touched my heart because with me being an African-American male and being young, like I see myself in their shoes. That's why I was like, what? I'm going to do this. It was like a little recording studio on campus. They gave someone an opportunity. I was like, so let's do something called World Change. And that's where I released my first single, World Change, with all the travesty and things going on. That was my first single. Then I moved to Atlanta. Didn't know much about Atlanta. I came here, I had a girlfriend, got my heart broken. So that's where conflicted love came from. But then like I would say just the outpour of like, my fans and my support base, just pushing me, saying like, you can sing, like you have a true gift. Like that's what pushed me to keep on going and keep on doing what I've been doing.
Well, that's awesome.
So who would you say some of your influences?
You said,
I'm sorry, Dutch. I'm sorry, Dutch.
No, go ahead. No,
I was just gonna ask you who. No, I was asking who would you say are some of your biggest influences?
I would definitely say male-wise, John Legend. Like I'm a big fan of John Legend, and if anything with like vocal ballads, like Sam.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. That's heavy, man. That's dope, bro. That's heavy.
And David, what about you? Who's some of your biggest influences?
They're all over the place. A lot of the old school folks I listen to, like I love Luther, I love Donny Hathaway, I love Rochelle Farrell. So I like them singers that sing.
Yeah, Donny Hathaway sing.
Sing. And I'm glad you said that because I got a question and I'm for all three of y'all, and I'm gonna start with you, David. So you say you like them singers that sing, right? So what is your outlook about how the direction with music is going now with a lot of this talent that's out there?
That's a great question.
I say this all the time. I can't tell a lot of these rappers. I can't tell them from singers. I don't know if they're rapping or singing.
I think people
up here like Cam. You know what I'm saying? He does. He raps. But you got these other people like with the I just can't get it sometimes. You get what I'm saying?
It's different. It's a wide variety of rap right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
No cap.
That's a good way to put it, Cuzzo.
I'm trying to say it nicely.
I think genres have changed, though. I think that's the biggest thing. I think what we knew as R&B is not what R&B is right now, or what's being labeled as R&B. And so it becomes this whole other conversation around like what were the roots of something and what really needs to stay to qualify it to be a genre. I think my biggest thing that I don't like to see, I would say, is people who get stuck on catchy hooks only. I think lyrics are important. I think emoting and feeling what you're singing about is important,
Mhm.
and everything can't be performance. There needs to be a balance, and I
Right.
think that's
Got to
something
be.
I like to see. I want to know more about, you know, good sex and recreational drug use, which is what it seems to be like every song. So I'm like, let me hear that you've got your heart broken. Let me hear that you're in love and you're vulnerable about it. Let me hear about different parts of your life, like your moms, your pops. Like, let's
Yeah.
talk about different parts of life. To me, life is always providing the muse by which we write music for. So let's write about multifacets of it, like not stay in these same zones. It's like redundant at this point,
It's repetitive.
personally.
It's repetitive, bro.
Right. It
I
is.
agree with you, man. You know what I'm saying? So just keep doing what y'all doing, man. Keep doing what you doing, man. You seem like you got a strong message, good spiritual spirit, and you keeping the right, energy out there. So I love it, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of talent in the room. I can feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, because I'm in the music industry myself, man, and I know it ain't easy, and you got them times where you feel like you might be kind of stagnant. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers seem like
Yeah.
y'all
Gotta
on the
keep
right
pushing.
path, man. Yes, sir. Keep
Right.
going. So
Mhm.
Thank you.
So
no
what,
cap.
Rick, let me ask you this question. What about you? Like what major changes? Because you in the jazz, your genre is jazz, right? So and I know you got some, it's a lot of people who probably influenced you and everything, or like old school people. But what are some of the differences you see in the music, in the jazz music nowadays from back in the days? Do you see any?
It's well, if I'm going to speak about smooth jazz, um, it's interesting because I wish it would actually make a little bit more of a change where it's almost like I'm on the opposite end of the R&B side of kind of what David was explaining on the R&B end. So what a lot of jazz musicians tend to not want to experiment as much, right? They don't want to. They like to stay with their same sound. And so
Right.
smooth jazz for many years, one of the big things I hear is, oh, it kind of all sounds the same. It all sounds the same. And I can agree with that sometimes. It does sound all the same for the last 20 years. And so that's what I kind of want to bring. And there's a lot of actually younger smooth jazz artists coming out right now that we're starting to now blend genres, kind of like a chill out lounge with smooth jazz with R&B, making it a little bit more vocal because instead of so instrumental. But then also using technology, right? Using new technology along with live instruments and try to blend it to bring a younger crowd into it. And because smooth jazz is a relatively an older crowd, so my goal is to kind of start bringing a younger crowd and awareness to smooth jazz, and then and then one thing on the R&B end, because I mean when I was younger, I liked Luther Vandross, I liked Anita Baker, Sade is probably my favorite female singer of all time, and their music live, a lot of live music, and that's the thing I hope it doesn't go away with a young R&B is keeping just live music in it. You can do your programming and however you want to do it, but it doesn't hurt to throw in a horn section like some guitar, right?
Right,
More live music in R&B right now, yeah.
You can, but see that's the thing though, bro. You said a mouthful, bro. You can literally blend jazz and R&B. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you just named some of my favorite artists because I'm big. We R&B heads. My mom and I's got this record called Nights Over Egypt. It's jazzy. It's got so I really rock with that. Like I pop in jazz all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I really salute that, bro, because it's like jazz is just so common, man, and I feel like it's really underrated. People don't talk about jazz enough. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy getting that history on that category, that genre, bro, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No doubt.
A question for y'all real quick too as well. Do you guys write your own music, or do you guys come as a collective to write the music, like the lyrics?
Yeah. So I start with Glenwood. Do you write your own music?
Yes, and no.
That's good. That's a real good answer.
Right, that's a good answer.
So it's a yes and a no.
So going back to your previous question, I think like something, because I do have management, is like my manager, she sometimes tend to sway toward what's popular, where like my message, what I'm saying now, it's like, okay, world change, but that's not a thing right now. It's pain music. Like right now, it's something different, and me, I can't necessarily write to that because I haven't been through that. But the expectation is me to sing and perform to that level.
word of advice, bro, because me and Cam Jones, we kind of in the industry ourselves. I would say do what you feel. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody control your creativity. You know what I mean? But I would say do what you feel for the most part. I know sometimes, outsiders can get in and try to tell you how to, create or whatnot. But if you don't feel it, it won't come out the way of the quality that,
I respect. I ain't gonna lie though. I respect artists that can like take something that ain't theirs and like make it theirs. You know what I mean? So I salute that, bro. That's hard. Like I write all my music. I ain't never just did that. It take that's a different type of artistry. You know what I'm saying? So I salute that. Yeah, that's hard, bro. So however you want to display it, man. It don't matter, man. So let me ask you this, bro. You because you from Atlanta, right? I mean, you in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
What side of town you on?
Dunwoody.
Dunwoody, okay.
Dunwoody. I went to Dunwoody High, man.
Yeah. Dunwoody area, man. And you haven't been out here long, right?
No.
Okay. So you liking it so far though?
Yes, but coming from a small country town like Atlanta, it's a lot. Like even with like traffic and like going to restaurants, minimum 45-minute wait.
You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it, bro. But we definitely need to connect, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here in Snellville on the other side, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm in Gwinnett, man. But yeah, we'll connect, bro. I definitely I see a lot of good energy with you, and I checked out a few of your records, man. You talented, bro. So keep doing what you're doing.
Talented, and we're gonna get some playing on it. What about you, David? You write some of your music? I'm sorry, Cam, would you finish, Cam? I'm sorry.
You good? This your show. You good?
Do you write all your music?
I write all my music. I wrote, I think, on the album, on my first album, I co-wrote the song with Ramona, which is a R&B song called Complicated, which I told her, like, yo, show up, write your verse, because you're going to sing it way different if it comes from your heart than if I write a verse for you. And we sat and we vibed and we created that song. It's my favorite song on my album. Like, I can listen to it anytime and just, like, lose out, because you know what I mean? It's the chemistry's there. You know what I mean? We've been friends since we were 15 years old and singing together forever. So we know each other. We just know how to do what we do. We have that chemistry that Rick and Tina had, and like Marvin and Tammy's. Like we just got that thing.
Chemistry is important, bro. You get a lot of work now with good chemistry.
Yeah,
for real.
Absolutely.
So what's inspiring you right now when you're writing?
Say it again.
When you writing, what's inspiring you now? Like, what do you?
Everything. I mean, Toxic. As if you listen to it, Toxic was.
We're gonna get into that.
I was in my bag. You know what I mean? I realized that I was dating somebody for a long time, and only time I felt really good was when we were together intimately and physically. But sometimes outside of that, it just wasn't right, and I knew it wasn't right, but I didn't have the strength to just walk away. Everything, those small pockets of hope, maybe they'll change. You know what I mean? So I had to really come to terms and have a conversation with myself about toxicity and what that looked like, and I just started writing. I just started singing and writing and getting that going.
The life experiences always do it to you and stuff.
Always. Absolutely. I always write from that place, though. That's why I say it's so vulnerable to write and scary, because it's like I feel like it's like pages of my journal set to music that I'm allowing people to hear and read, and I'm just like every time I release something, I'm like, before I press send, I'm just like holding my head like, all right, this is it.
Music is really a form of like personal therapy, bro. Like writing music.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that. Like I can write, my life on paper and make it sonic. You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing, bro.
But you find out you're ministering to yourself.
Exactly.
It's not just for everybody else. And then it does become, because people will relate to it, right? People will say, oh my God, that thing helped me get through this thing, or that helped me with this breakup, or this helped me when my family died. Like I got a lot of that, and I felt, honestly, it was the proudest moment I had, like, of anything, because I knew that the ministry was there, the music ministry was there.
Right.
When somebody, when people could take your music and be in a certain moment and say, okay, well, I need to play this song right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that hard, man. Like I definitely can feel and respect where you coming from, bro. Yeah, that hard.
And what about you, Rick, and stuff? It has to be. Oh gosh, I can't imagine what it is writing jazz. Like just writing music itself. I mean, so like,
oh man,
can you break that down?
Sure. Yeah. So it definitely depends on who I'm working with. But for the most part, I write all the music. But what I'll do is I always start with production first. Right? The bass is just the production. And then if I like the production enough, I'll create a top line, create the chorus on piano. And then from there, I start layering musicians on it, right? And then depending on who I think would fit best on the song, I'll let them solo. So they'll have solos, maybe one solo, two solos. They'll do the bridge, whatever it is. I make sure to give all my musicians creative control as well. But the foundation itself that I write is the production along with the top line. And then from there, I kind of give everyone their own solo, and kind of improvise on the intro and outro. So that's kind of how my format is. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Rick, quick question. I got a question for you too, Rick. I see you speak a lot on production. So do you have a formula that you do every time you make a beat, or is everything different? Because I'm a producer as well.
I normally do have a formula. Yeah, I normally do have a formula. I always start with the piano or keyboard, and I just start going through chords. I start playing chords, and once I have sometimes I'll even pick up my guitar and I'll do it on guitar, or I just kind of create a basic foundation melody. Once I have a melody, then I start flying on some Rhodes or some on piano, start layering it, and then I just hit the production, the percussion, the drums. If I'm going to do program drums, I'll get on my MPC. If I'm doing live drums, I'll get in the studio with my drummers, and we'll just start laying the foundation. And it just kind of like just a simple building blocks. But I'll answer your question. I just start with chords.
Dope. That was up, bro. Who your favorite jazz artist of all time, man?
Let's see. You might not know a lot of these guys, but let's see. I love Boney James, Paul Brown, and
I got to put them in my notes. Boney James.
Yeah. Boney James is probably one of the biggest smooth jazz of all time.
Okay. And what was the second one you said?
I would say Peter, Boney James, and Paul Hardcastle as well. Those are my
Paul Hardcastle.
That name rings a bell in my head. I don't know why.
I've heard that name.
I am jazz man. He's he's part of the Jazz Masters, but the guy's been around since the 80s.
Rings a bell in my head.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, Paul Hardcastle, a big name.
That's what's up, man. Yes, sir. Salute, bro.
Okay, I gotta do some research. Like I gotta do real research.
So you write music like sheet music, right? You have to. Do you do sheet music?
No. You don't have no, absolutely not. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not even the best writer. So a lot of times with the top line, my musicians, I don't even send them music notes. They're just following my piano melody, right? So it's like, once I have the production and top line, a lot of it is just them improvising, doing their own solo, and following my lead. Nothing was written, And then if I have to go back, sometimes it depends. I might have to go back and put the song on paper, and that's a whole another thing. But to be honest, I rarely ever even put things down on paper anymore. The only time I really will is if a musician asks for it, for whatever reason. If it's a complicated song, then we'll it just depends on how complex the song is. But if for the most part, everyone it's kind of just like jamming. You just follow each other's lead, have fun, and trust that they're gonna hold it down for you, and that's it.
That's the best way.
That's what's up, bro.
That's just free form. I love it.
That's what's up.
Pretty much,
Right.
That's what's up.
So, Linwood, you seem like you the baby up here tonight.
Yeah.
Who's some of your influence? I'm just, because you giving me a Chris Brown vibe. Am I on the right track?
Yeah.
A lot of Chris Brown.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, you see that, right?
Yeah, I see that.
Who else? Who was your
You said John Legend, so we got Chris Brown.
John Legend. Who else?
Who are some other R&B influences, man? You know what I mean?
I would definitely say Usher.
Okay, I definitely see that. That's what's up.
And I've been trying to stick towards the males because when I get to the female, I'm like, God gracious, I have no range.
Yeah. You can't do all that. Yeah. I feel you on that.
You can't dwindle the list down.
Let me ask you this, Glenwood. So, I know you say John Legend, one of your inspirations. What you think about that last record that he caught with Nip right before he passed?
What are you talking about? Higher?
Yeah.
I love it. Like that.
Me
That's
too.
my like that's
Me
my
too.
type of stuff. Like message,
Yeah,
music that
right.
have a message and an impact.
And it was more
Mm.
to that. It was something. It was more to that because Nip checked out shortly after that. And when you look at that video, bro, it's real angelic and godly. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that what's up, man. I just wanted to ask you that, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
what's up and stuff.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
before we get into our second segment of the show, I have one last question I want to ask all three of y'all and everything because I think we touched on it a little, but I just want to go on some more about it. With the pandemic, okay, with the pandemic and then the Black Lives Matter and stuff, and I'm going to start with you, David, because you were here in New York. Like, how did that affect you? Especially like because New York, you know, it was bad all over, but for some reason, like New York, it was just like horrible. Like when your music, like what toll would that have on your music? And did your tone change? Did your feelings change? Because I know Glenwood said his did.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think the context of what the music I was putting out at the time of the height of COVID was really, like I said, old material from a past relationship that I had went through and wrote about. And so that's where Journey to Love really went to. The only thing that changed was I led with my single Laugh, which really I felt was like I needed to put out something that was empowering and talked about choosing joy in your life and not letting people and those situations get you crazy or whatever. So I felt like I needed to lead with that as a single, even though it wasn't like the most radio friendly, you know what I'm saying, song. It just at least had a message of like hope and encouragement. So I was very forward with that. As far as BLM, I mean, I don't know if it affected my music so much, maybe more so my attitude. I just became much more, vocal about a lot of issues because I'm like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, so
Yeah, yeah.
it changed more of my personal thing, you know what I'm saying? And being a Puerto Rican descent and acknowledging my African roots and being, raised in a household of Black Puerto Ricans, like this is what I've seen this and I had to look at it from even different standpoints. So it really made me like have my come together moments and really just be more aware of what's going on out here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Got
That's
you.
dope. That's
Got you.
dope.
What about you, Rick?
Yeah, I think the biggest during COVID, the biggest thing that affected us jazz artists is performing, right? So things shut down big time, and just now we're starting to start setting up some gigs and then getting back out there and performing again. But for almost 2 years, it's kind of like, you're either going to be productive at home or not. Luckily, I'm a producer, so producers
Right.
we like to just stay at home. We're pretty much hermit crabs, right? We like to be at home. And
Right.
so for me, production never stopped.
Yeah, you lied.
Yeah, so it never changed for me production-wise. But, traveling and going to studios too it's one thing I miss a lot. But I'm,
Yeah.
we're starting to, get things back. Hopefully, things start getting a little better. But as the music itself, a lot of musicians are overseas anyways, so it really didn't affect me too much. Everyone has their own home studios. So
Right.
Yeah, man.
And Glenwood,
So,
what about you? I know you touched on it a little, touched on it some earlier and everything, but being that and you was in school, you had to come home from school, right? Like,
Yes.
what did that feel like?
Well, first, and like being like my second semester of grad school, and then like it being in person, then being cut short within like a day, saying like everybody needs to go home, like get off the campus, like pack your stuff, just like disappear. Like it was something strange and unique, like something I've never experienced before. But I just took every day like one step at a time. But it left like a lot of questions in my my mind, but it also like ignited something in me to want to help. Because like even though I wasn't as less fortunate as others, like some people like lost their houses, their cars, their jobs, and they just wanted me to help. But even like with the Black Lives Matter movement, like my message in my song World Change, like it elevated. Like that was a mini peak in like my vocal career. Like a lot of outside venues, they were booking me because like World Change, like that's what it was. It was so much injustice going on, and it was so much torment going on. Like we were just actually lashing back, and it's being known, it's being seen, like it was being televised, and it was like all this is going on. Like we need world change, and especially like being a young African American male, like I was taking it personal. Like I could go like drive somewhere, and I could be shot dead in my car, and I could be able to do about it because I'm black.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit,
Right.
my
And you said
fool, my boy.
that made a
That's heavy,
shift in
man.
your mind
Yeah, that's
too.
heavy.
What you say, Cam? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. He said a mouthful then, you know,
Yeah.
like yeah, we go through a lot,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
heavy.
as Black Americans, we go through a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Salute to
Wow.
you, my boy, for real.
Yeah. Salute to
Yes,
all of
sir.
us because that was just like, you know, that time was just like you got the COVID thing struck and then this. And it was like we didn't even know. I didn't even know what was gonna happen. Like
Yeah,
I thought it was the end of the world, especially with the COVID
yeah.
and stuff. But we was able to, you know, get past it. But
Oh,
now we gonna do
it's
something
looking
else.
like we going through
Yeah,
round two.
yeah,
Yeah,
round two.
Right.
Like
That part.
right when we
Jesus.
start thinking, okay, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
Here you go.
exactly.
Omicron,
Yeah, let's stay
aka
prayed up,
Omarion.
man. They ain't gonna shut it down no more, man.
I keep calling this thing Amorion, and I don't know
That's
why.
what they keep saying, man. Like, man,
Because
that
they
ain't
make fun of Omarion.
Omicron that came through. And this
Yeah,
I know
thing,
Amarion mad as hell, man.
I know, right? He's
he
mad.
hey, he might not be though, because his name, you gotta remember, like from a celebrity perspective, his name is staying relevant. That man getting a lot of followers.
You know
He's
what?
viral.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Negative
saying?
into a positive.
It's a bag.
Yeah.
It's a bag every time something like that happens. You
Next
just
thing you
dealing
know, he
with a lot
comes
of
out with
different
a surprise album
stuff.
or something. There you go.
Yeah, he really need to capitalize off of it. If I'm him, I
No,
capitalize.
you know how people be though. They be all, don't follow Amarion. You might catch that Amarion, man.
Yeah, right. All the memes that's gonna come out and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go to a commercial break right quick, and we come back. We're gonna get in a couple of tracks of yours and everything. All right. So let's go to a commercial break right quick.
Hey, I'm Alistair Boxill, and I'm both passionate and committed to helping you win through understanding the power of credit and your own financial literacy. See, financial literacy wasn't something that I was taught in school. I had no idea what made up my personal credit score, or what the proper credit utilization was, or even what the impact of me not paying my bills on time would have on my credit scores. As a result, I suffered with bad credit for a very long time. I just couldn't get out of my own way. You know, I was never the person that didn't make money. I've always been a go-getter. But the lack of knowledge and the tools really had a huge impact on me. I'm definitely a testimony that you can overcome bad credit. I've personally had repossessions along with various collections accounts removed from my credit profile, which has allowed me to get my buying power back. Today I'm passionate about helping you to win and to overcome your bad credit and to take charge of your financial future. That bankruptcy, that repossession, those medical bills, those student loans, it does not have to define you. If you're ready for change and to take charge of your financial future, I'm ready to work with you. Connect with me on social media, on Instagram, Alistair Boxill, on Facebook, Alistair Boxill, or you can email me at alistairboxill@gmail.com for a free consultation. Looking forward to working with you.
All righty, so we back. We back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into a couple of tracks and stuff. So right now, what happened? We had a little technical difficulties. Okay, so you got a little technical difficulties and stuff. So we gotta do this another way. Okay, but we're gonna get into a couple of tracks of yours, and I'm gonna start off with and you're gonna let me know if you can hear this and stuff. I'm gonna start off with Glenwood because we were just talking about Black Lives Matter and everything that happened and stuff. And he has a song that's called "World Change." Okay, and we're gonna take a listen to that and see what it's about and everything. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, we hear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how am I supposed to keep my faith? So many temptations that I face, but I know your love is stronger than all the hate. Tell me, why do people have to fight when we know it isn't right? You didn't have to lose your life. We can break through all the struggles. It may not be easy, but it's needed. Yes, it's needed. Love can make a world change. Love can make a world change. Ain't nothing even changed. Look around and see. The rich getting richer, there's still poverty. Black boy can't walk down the streets, both hands in the air, screaming, "Don't shoot me." It's not about what you have, it's what's given. Can't take away from how I'm living. Sometimes you just need to listen. Just a few things I had to mention. Just a few things I had to mention. Love can make a and if we try this, no. If we try this, all we gotta do is try. A little TLC.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, awesome. Awesome.
Want to get it right now, bro.
That's
Want
dope.
to
Let
get
me
it
tell you
right
something
now.
about that track right there. And
Yeah,
you know
that's-
what I like about that track? What I love about that track, you talking about making the world change, everything that's going on, but you giving it some life and some energy. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You giving it some life, some energy. You know, it's not like one of them. You know, if you was to put that on a slower, like a slow track production, you understand what I'm saying? It would have been like more. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but you had it on an up tempo beat, which I like, and it gave it some energy and stuff. And you know, it gave hope. You know, the way you did it, I like that.
Well, thank you.
It looks like we got some fans in the chat too.
Nah,
Great
for
message,
real, bro.
nice
That
voice.
hard. That
Cool.
hard,
Here
bro.
got Cam with the
Yeah,
lighter.
that's dope, bro.
Nah, that
Yeah.
hard. I mean,
I mean, you
did
got
y'all not,
everybody with their
did
eyes
y'all not
closed
feel
with
the
that one,
same
bobbing
way?
their head.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Real music is real music. Hey, man, you in Atlanta, bro. We're gonna tap in, man. I'm gonna get your Instagram. Matter of fact, that's my question for you. What's your social media platform, man? Give us your, so we can follow.
So everything, I'm trying to be consistent with my image and branding, so it's just my name,
Glenwood Avery, like that, bro.
Glenwood
I'm about to
Avery.
follow you.
Sometimes that's
I'm
all
gonna follow you right now.
Yep.
Simple.
Listen,
That's
man,
all it is.
I'm
Simple.
following you right now. Tap back in with me. I want to talk to you, man. You know what I mean? I got a lot of stuff we can put together, man. I'm serious, bro.
Appreciate
Like you hard, bro. For
Wow,
real.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah,
following you
that
right now, bro.
Yeah, that was cold, bro.
that was a dope.
Soul track.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And, well, did I hear
Yeah.
somebody back there, Phillips? Was that you with the pianos, the keys back there? Well, I heard
Yeah, you
somebody.
heard that? No, I was
That was
trying
early.
to turn it all the way down.
That was early.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. I was trying to. Yeah, I was playing this song when you was playing it. Yeah, that's a dope track, man.
You was playing. That was dope. So, okay, David, I'm trying to find the whole song. Is the whole track "The Toxic" out yet?
No, 12/31 it comes out. I think just the preview is out. The preview on iTunes is what's pretty much what's on there now for pre-order. So that's probably what you heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and what I heard was dope, and I want to let them hear that too, and everything. So we
if you could pull up the preview, you might be able to do it. If not, I mean, we could listen to my other single that's out right now.
No, I got some stuff. Don't worry about that. I got the preview too, but I was going hard looking for the whole track, and I was like, "Where is it?" And I said, "Well, let me ask them." And it's not. Yeah, but see, I can get like that because our Father MC got a track he didn't put out yet, and I've been bothering for the last 4 weeks. And I you got to leave me alone and everything and stuff. So I'm gonna bother you about that track, but we're gonna get into something from you next. I'm gonna play that snippet of Toxic because that's just hot, and we're gonna play something else too and everything. But we got Toxic.
Don't act right, still on my mind. Inwardly ugly, outside so fine.
That's all they gave us.
That's all they give you.
Wait,
that's all they gave us.
I'm about to email you.
All
I'm about
they
to
gave
email
us.
you the track.
That's all they gave us.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. We gotta get the whole thing, man. Come on.
I'll email you the track right now.
Yeah. We need that, bro.
I said I'll email you the track right now.
Yeah, he gave us an appetizer.
That's the biggest tease. That's like going to
yeah, that was an appetizer, man.
I'm going to one
So
of them
email me the
bars.
track, please, would you?
You got it.
Wait, can you?
But while he's emailing that, you gonna email it right now?
I'll email. Go ahead. If you want to move on to the next artist, then I'll have that by you.
Yeah, we'll catch back up. Hey.
Okay. So we're gonna come back around to you. Okay, and then we're gonna come over to Rick and everything. Now, Rick, you got some smooth stuff here and everything, and this is called Poolside. Like, oh my God.
Oh,
Where I wish I was.
Yes, sir. Sounds like my kind of track. Poolside.
And this really feels like you're by the pool.
Yep.
Smooth. Oh. Wow.
Ooh, yeah, Rick.
Rick got them vibes. Rick got them vibes going on, man.
The whole vibe.
This is just like
so peaceful, man. Smooth, bro.
Just relaxing, man. Real smooth, real smooth.
on the poolside.
Yeah.
You got my mind moving everywhere. Poolside, beaches. I'm just relaxing right now.
I'm telling you, bro.
This is just.
Yeah, this track like taking the muscle relaxer or something right here,
Listen,
man.
bro. I could ride. I could ride from here to California to this vibe. You know
right.
I can ride out the winter with
it got that kind of vibe.
Yes, sir.
Dang. Wow. So wait, like Rick, let's talk about that right quick. So, and I just got that. I just got Toxic. So I guess this is an exclusive here when we can play Toxic. Yeah. I don't know how I always luck up, but I always luck up. So Rick, let's talk about that. That like how many instruments was there? I hear a sax, right?
Yeah, you got your sax. That's Blake Aaron on guitar, me on piano. Then you have some keyboards, some live drummer, me on the bass guitar. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it probably sounds a lot more than what it is, but
I got a couple questions too for you, Rick, from a production standpoint. So, is the entire composition original music, no sampling or anything like that?
Yeah, correct. All original. Yep.
That's dope. And the second question I got, you had a voice part in there. This is a question I got for you. Do you use Output Arcade? That's like a VST kind of plug-in.
Yeah, that's one of my plugins.
Oh, you use it? Okay. I heard that little voice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like Arcade. I like I'll use that once in a while. So it depends on I like that program because you can literally get creative with it, right? And it puts it in the key that your song's in, man. And you can get creative. I think it's an amazing tool for young producers, especially.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, absolutely. That's dope, man. That's dope.
It's a nice it's like you finished your meal, right? And you're just gonna add a little seasoning, and that's when output comes in.
Yeah, right. Put a little seasoning salt on there. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Put a little drip on it. That's what they say. You know what I mean?
That's a vacation vibe right there. So that'll be on my list.
Hey, that hard. Hey, bro, I'm going to get it. Hey, can I ask you the same question? Where can I follow you on Instagram, Twitter platforms? I know I can get your music, but you got an Instagram?
Was that a question for me or?
For you, Rick? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. My Instagram's Rick Habana Music.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then my website's rickhabana.com, and then my label is innervisionrecords.com.
Okay.
That's the label. Right.
I'm going to tap in right now, man.
All right, so we're about to get into this Toxic here.
Yeah, that preview.
All right, we're about to get into some Toxic because we gave them a
does just sound like you got some history with this song right here, man.
That's that grab your brown juice type.
Hey,
make sure we on. I got my DJing skills on today. Steady past the turntables over to me. Mike Shack, here we go.
Don't act right, still on my mind. Inwardly ugly, outside so fine. You say things to me no one else could say, but like most you give, I'll take it anyway. Enigma, dichotomy, not sure how I got here, not sure that I could be. You seem like venom, leave me in disease. I'll take you in doses for my immunity. I can't seem to get away, wrapped up in your no means of escape. Your love's so good, but I know you're toxic. Oh, I chose my poison, you run through my Babe, I'm different since I met you. I'll never be the same. Go through withdrawal when you're not around. The pain of your words, but I've grown to love the sound. Passion, Stockholm, low self-esteem. I know what haunts me. I'm not strong enough to leave. Garden, a fun house, I'm staring back at me. Cloud over my head, sweet misery. I just need to let go, take control, get myself together. Cause I know you're healthy for me. I'm in need of a purge release.
Okay, wait a minute now. Sorry. Was everybody grooving and I messed that up, huh?
No, you good.
Everybody grooving and I messed that up?
DJ Duchess.
Not the DJ
You ain't good for me. Toxic. I gotta break free, but you got your chains on me. Gotta go. I can't stay. Gotta get out of my own way. Love so good, sex is strong. Thinking of leaving seems so wrong. Shoot, get away, my heart's a place for you to stay. Toxic, you're toxic. Oh, you're toxic. Get away, my heart's a place for you to stay. Toxic,
Toxic.
you're toxic.
That's that baby making music right there, man.
A toxic baby.
You put that on, you know what time it is.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's like that love to hate your music. Like I miss you, but I know you're bad for me.
Right.
Real, bro.
Yeah, that's it. That's the single.
That's
That's that baby mama exclusive.
So who did it to you? What happened, David? Tell us. Come on, you can share. What happened? Who did it? Like, do I got you need to step to somebody for you?
A lot happened, but it's one of those things I learned from the lessons of life, and there's just moments sometimes where you realize, oh snap, I'm allowing probably more pain in my life than I need to, and eventually you hopefully step out of that and get into a more healthier place where you have firmer boundaries, where you value yourself more, and you step into that place, right? And you don't give of yourself to people who haven't earned it or have earned that much of it. And so I was in the midst of that storm right there. Like I said, physically everything was amazing, but there was so many other things, red flags and stuff that I know wasn't right and wasn't going to work, and I just stood longer than I needed to, so I had to write about it.
That brings up something interesting.
Yeah, that's a tough track, bro.
I recently was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about what their red flags were, and I just need to know, after listening to that song, what would your red flags be as of right now?
Right, good question.
Well, I mentioned in the first, you say things to me nobody else could say. And then later on, I said, the pain of your words, but I've grown to love the sound. A lot of times people joke a lot. You're the brunt of their jokes, and you realize there's truth in jest. So you obviously feel a certain kind of way about me, but you're just masking it in a form of jokes and laughter. And so it's just things like that. You're letting it slide because that's the person you're feeling in the moment, but nobody else would have said that to you. They would have caught the sauce. You know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. And like I said, just those little things that you just don't, you let slide, you turn a blind eye to, and things of that nature.
Yeah. Oh,
Been there.
Yeah, love make you blind.
Absolutely.
Hey, for real. But listen, man, I'm gonna tell you who you remind me of, man. And it's gonna sound a little crazy, maybe not, but you remind me of Jamie Foxx, man.
Really?
He got that kind of
I agree
vibe,
with
like,
that.
and it's
I
and
was about to
Jamie
say
Foxx
the
was one of
same
my
thing.
favorite artists.
I
Like,
just covered his
on
song.
God,
I
bro.
just covered
Like,
his song, Don't Let the Sun Go Down, on
dog,
our love for a
dog.
YouTube live show.
I hear so
That's
much Jamie Foxx in you, bro. And Jamie Foxx, when my grandma passed, we was riding to Detroit, and Jamie Foxx was playing. You know what I'm saying? So I never forget that. You know what I mean? So just keep
wow.
doing you, bro. Like, your voice remind me of him. You brought me back that vibe. You know what I mean? Real R&B. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Wow. I
Yeah,
appreciate
Right.
that.
that's hard, bro. Like, I just followed you too, man. So
I
yeah,
appreciate
tap
that.
in, man. Yeah, I'm definitely you got a new fan with me, dog. Yeah, all y'all. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That boy hard.
Definitely, definitely,
A lot of talent in the room, man.
a lot of talent in the
absolutely.
room and
man.
everything. Steady, you got my text message? I'll send you a text. Just read it right quick. So while he was Steady reading my text message, so what do we have coming up for you? Anything exciting? Any shows and stuff? And I'll start with Glenwood. Anything coming up?
Well, hopefully, I'll have my EP. It should be done and finalized by March, and I'm hoping to go on a small tour in June.
There we go.
So I'm
Okay.
super excited about that.
Okay. And what's the small tour going to consist of?
North Carolina, Georgia, of course, and back to my stomping grounds in Florida.
Okay.
That's what's
Okay.
up, man.
All right.
Dope, dope.
That's what's up, bro.
That's what's up.
And man,
And what about you, David? You
Uh,
got anything coming up? I know you're
I've
working on
I've
stuff
been
in
in
the
the
show.
studio. I've been living in this studio, recording new music, just like crazy. Performances here and there, but mostly just focusing on getting this new music done so I can have the next project ready when I need to. So right now, just the current single, Ocean Fire, and Toxic, that's coming out.
Got you. Okay, that's what's up. And Rick, what's going on with you? What's up with you? What you got coming up? Any shows?
Yeah.
Any where we can find you? Any?
Yeah. So let's see. Tonight we have my label's doing a Christmas event. So it's gonna be streaming online. And then
Okay.
I think the only right now, starting the new year, I'm gonna start seeing where we're gonna start performing and what's gonna happen on that end. But every year, Intervision Records do the NAM Jam, the NAM show. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with NAM convention that happens every year, but it's at the Anaheim Convention Center. I know we're gonna do that. It got pushed back. Last year we did it virtually. So now this year we did it virtually. Next year it's gonna be, hopefully we'll be able to do it live there. But it got pushed back in summertime. So it was supposed to be in February. So I'm kind of bummed out that got pushed back.
Right.
But other than that, free collective, my collective 3 is coming out in April. And then my next single will come out in March.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's
Let's
up.
go,
Well, before we get out of here, and if anybody else can, Phillips, Steady, Eric has anything to say and everything.
I just
Go
got,
ahead,
I
Eric.
got, I got one. Okay. So I got one question that's been in my head for for a while. And this is open to everybody. Favorite live performance? Like, who is your favorite person to see perform live?
And we start with Rick with that one.
Sade, she is just so sexy.
Oh, Sade.
Oh, you ain't lying.
And she
Bro, I
rarely
gotta
ever
catch
Sade.
performs. She rarely
No,
ever performs, which is
yeah, you
yeah.
right. You right, bro.
Her tickets sell out if she ever performs, but that's what's kind of nice. She doesn't perform too much, but when she does, the band is
Yeah.
amazing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't even think she hardly working
Cam
no
actually
more.
met her.
I seen her perform when I was 9. My mama took me, dog. Oh my god, and we got to go backstage and meet
Oh
her, bro.
wow.
Oh my god, yeah, I got a picture with her somewhere, but I lost it. But my dad and my mom still got theirs. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Oh my god, bro. I never.
Wow.
And at that, I remember telling my mama, like, I was like, "Mama, she's so pretty," and I was 9 years old. Yeah, man. I never
Yeah,
forget that.
yeah,
I never forget that, bro.
yeah. That's awesome.
Sade, yeah. Her daughter pretty too. Man.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, her daughter bad. I'm a
Oh
female
my
saying that. Her
god.
daughter bad.
Dang, I gotta look her daughter up, man.
David, what about you?
See what that daughter talking about, man.
What about you, David? Favorite performance?
My favorite 2 performers and probably 2 singers are more somewhat underground artists, but Rochelle Farrell and Lettucey. Those They'll always take me where I gotta go.
Right,
That's dope.
right,
That's dope.
right. I hear you. And what about you, Mr. Glenwood? Mr.
Glenwood
Glenwood.
Ave over there, Glenwood Avenue over there. Yeah. Welcome to Atlanta.
I would say my top two. I would definitely say like Michael Jackson, like the thrill and excitement for him that he brings, like his stage presence.
Man.
And then vocally, like Kiki Wyatt, like I had the opportunity to go see her.
Kiki.
And her vocal phenomenon was like out of this world.
Hey, and she underrated too, bro.
She is.
Oh man,
She's very underrated.
Diamond,
Yeah, the Winers, they actually got a church. They have a church down the street from me, not too far.
Yeah, man.
Awesome sauce.
That's dope.
Awesome, man. Absolutely.
But y'all actually, you're all very talented. We got a whole bunch of talent in here because we got Cam and Phillips. They into the music industry and everything. They do production, rap. They come from legacy and everything. Can you share with them who your mama is, if you don't mind, and your auntie is?
Absolutely. When you said you like R&B King, you might have heard the Jones Girls from back in the day. They were signed with Philadelphia International with Teddy Pendergrass and them. Yeah, they got a lot of classics, man. That's my mom is Shirley Jones and my brother Phelps. His mom is Valerie Jones. So yeah, we come from that, man. So it's an honor to just get this culture and mix and mingle and chop it up with you boys, man, because y'all brought back a lot of that,
dope,
that feel, man. Y'all boys dope on every category, on every level. You know what I mean? So respect. Yes,
That's
sir.
right. So I like to do, before we get out of here, I like to be different, and I like to play a little game with our guests and stuff. And if usually I usually have like the guys, who come on rapping the freestyle and stuff. But it's the holidays and stuff. I wanted to do a holiday segment. It didn't work out, but it looked like it's about to work out tonight. So I'm gonna ask Rick, where are you at right now? What are you in front of right now? I see a guitar back there, and I see a keyboard or something. Am I right?
Bass guitar? That's a bass guitar?
Bass guitar?
Yeah, bass guitar. So, and I don't think I'm plugged in my piano, but I'm not plugged in. I don't think so.
You're not plugged in? Well, you look like you got electricity. Can you get it plugged in? Can you get it plugged in right quick?
Yeah.
See lights.
All right, come back to me, and then I'll see if I get this going for you guys.
All right, so then we got David, and then we got Glenwood. So, and then we also got Phillips. I know he stays by a keyboard. You understand what I'm saying? He stays by a keyboard. We know this and everything. So I want to just put together a little Christmas jingle. Okay, can we do that right quick before we leave to get into the holiday spirit? Huh? I want so we're gonna use Glenwood and David, of course, as our vocals. Okay. I don't know if Rick want to come in with some vocals, but he got all the instruments back there. So we're gonna take what? And then we got Phillips too. So I want to start with how about This Christmas? Everybody know This Christmas?
Oh man!
It's one of those things that you hear on the radio. You sing like this Christmas, and that's about it.
This Christmas. Okay, so forget about This Christmas.
You know what the worst part about it though is? I'm such a Grinch. Like I don't think I even know a Christmas song all the way through.
Man.
What about old school?
Jingle Bells,
Baby. Do y'all know that?
What?
Otis Redding, Merry Christmas, Baby. Y'all don't know that?
No.
Okay, that took it way too back. So let's do something simple. Let's do Jingle Bells, goddamn.
Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells. Okay, can we get Jingle Bells, damn it? I mean, really? All right,
Not Jingle Bells, dog.
So how about this? Because we already have Phillips at the piano, the keys. Rick, you got a bunch of stuff back there. So why don't we let Phillips do the piano, the keys, and you grab another instrument or something? And we're gonna freestyle this Jingle Bell thing right quick. And then we're gonna have David and Glenwood come in with some harmonizing, and then we might even have Cam jump in and freestyle over it.
over here producing like
I'm trying to get some bags. So what's up?
That's I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna see what I can put together.
Right, so yeah, you get together your freestyle for the Jingle Bell. Phillips, you get ready with the keys, and Rick, you get ready with something else coming in too. Okay, and Glenwood and David, y'all get together, y'all get your stuff together. Y'all harmony, clear your throats, whatever you gotta do. Okay.
I love an unrehearsed moment.
Because I see we got Rick. He's working. He's trying to put together something.
How they go.
All right, so I guess we gotta let Rick and Phelps start us off with the keys or whatever.
All right, Rick. I don't know what BPM you gonna be on and all that. You know, we're gonna freestyle it.
I'm just gonna. You know what I'll do? I'm just gonna jam a little improvisation, and then you can take it off from there. Yeah, and then I'll for you.
Okay.
Not really Christmas song, but tell me if you guys can hear this. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
We hear it. That's right. Put some jazz onto it, Rick. Come on. Put some respect on it.
Put some respect on it.
Oh yeah, they getting down on them keys.
Right.
Okay, go ahead and take off. Let's see. I don't know any Christmas song. So.
Me either.
All right, guys, that's my jam.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Can we just do a
Come on.
Go for it.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. That's a hard one.
That's hard.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
hard.
don't know that.
All right, Glenwood, come on, something.
I just know the chord.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time on Who They Want.
Come on, Cam, this ain't working out there. Come on, Cam, come on, give them freestyle. Come on.
Hold on. Jingle bells,
Jingle bells,
smoking all the hay. Christmas trees, baby. You know what I mean? Christmas tree. Smoking all the hay. Got to know I'm going in and I'm catching play.
We put a whole production together for y'all.
If we were all in the same room, we probably could figure something out. But being like this,
oh yeah, bro, that's easy, man. Easy.
All right, so I'll let it go.
No,
we gotta
no,
do
no,
and stuff. But I think Rick is gonna be working on something tonight with that boy because he was over there getting loose.
Okay.
Well, you asked a jazz artist to
That was that winter poolside.
I'm telling you, my boy had the remix. Like,
yeah, the stupid remix, man.
He was getting it in.
Hey, all the way to the top hat, Rick. I like it, man.
Yeah, hey, for real, man.
Well, who was that? That was you, Phelps?
Huh?
That was you that just did that, Phelps? Or that was Rick?
Oh yeah. No, that was me. I was just.
That was you? Wow.
Yeah, that was me. I was playing around, man.
Talent in the room,
playing around.
So okay, so we couldn't do that, but before we leave, I'm gonna go around the room and everything. And right quick, I'll start with Cam. Give me one of your favorite Christmas memories.
Jesus. I gotta say, my house had caught on fire in 1998, right? PJ was.
I remember that.
Yes, so we went to an apartment. It was a fire, but we had to get out of the house for like 6 months. We ended up like coming back, but we went to an apartment, and I'll never forget. My dad had they had it set up where everything was out, but I thought I was done opening gifts, so I go in the my dad was like, man, go get my house coat out the laundry room. So I went in there, and they had got me this little dirt bike, man, like, you know what I'm saying? And that was like, because I was young, man, but I always had wanted one, so that was just something I really cherished, and I'll never forget from my OGs, my mom and my dad, because the way they set it up, I was just really surprised and excited. So That's one of mine for sure.
Aww.
Yeah,
That's
I was lit.
beautiful.
I was lit that day. I'll
You
never
was
forget
lit.
that. I was too lit. Real.
That was beautiful. Steady, are you ready? What's up? What's one of
What's
your
good,
favorite
love?
memories?
To be honest, I'm gonna say every Christmas up until 2014, just undeniably, it has to be my favorite memories altogether.
That's
Just because
dope.
that's when my mom was still living. That will be mine.
Okay. Yeah. Wow,
Oh yeah,
man. Hey,
I get
man.
it. I
absolutely.
get
Prayers and love, bro.
Prayers
it.
up, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I get
Yeah.
it. And Glenwood, what's up with you? What's your favorite Christmas memory?
I would say as of recent, like the last 2 years, like Christmas has always been something unique in my household because my mom, she didn't necessarily have the financial means to give us everything that we want, but we had it, what we needed. So I would say just being, that person who's able to contribute financially back to my family, and give to my nieces and nephews to make sure that, they have everything they want. I mean, because I can, and I've always had like this giving spirit. So I just would say like just igniting the spirit of giving is my favorite memory. Like just seeing like the smiles on other people's faces.
Mm.
That's
That's
dope,
beautiful.
bro. That's dope.
That's
That's heavy.
beautiful.
That's heavy.
And Kyle, that is. Kyle, what about you?
Okay. So one of my favorite Christmas memories is like traditionally when I was a kid, it was just me and my sister and our parents. But when when they split up, we still had some of the traditions, and one of the traditions was we would all decorate the tree. Now, when my
Mm.
when my sister was a teenager, she was a big fan of B2K and Destiny's Child. And they both came out with Christmas albums, right?
Right.
So she played both the B2K Christmas album and eight Days of Christmas from Destiny's Child back to back. My mother hated the Destiny's Child one, but because she was with her kids, she let it play. She let it play anyway, and we just decorated the tree. That was, and that would happen every year up until I'd say like like about 2010, 2011 or so.
Aww.
And because when she went to school and both and everybody's life started changing. But that was cool. But it was just it was just something that I always cherished because my mom's not big on certain holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right, right.
she
No.
still let my sister play those albums back to back. Until this day, Shy will go on Spotify and find the B2K album and play that.
That's dope,
That's
man. That's dope.
awesome.
That's dope.
That's
Oh man,
dope. And
yeah.
what about you, Phillips?
Mine may be a little different. I would say first off, I got to shout out Auntie Shirley, my mother, God bless her soul, and Auntie Brenda, God bless her soul. But I remember how you say Dunwoody, Glenn. I stayed in Dunwoody for maybe 3 years, and Auntie Brenda was real big on the Christmas music, and I'm a music head. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget just waking up in that Christmas spirit. You hear, Donny Hathaway playing, and Luther Vandross, and Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
just
learned
those
something new
vibes,
just now,
man.
cuz, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
hard,
cuz
bro.
yeah, Auntie Brenda was big on
Yeah,
that, bro. Yeah, she
yeah,
was
man.
big on that, bro. Like
No, I
had
mean,
the
but of
music
course,
playing twenty
yeah,
four seven.
yeah, we
Yeah, yeah.
R&B music, was always, yeah, man. I feel like the Christmas spirit growing up, bro. Like, of course, when you get older, that shit changed. But when I
Yeah.
was young, man, I remember waking up looking for my mom used to act like they like Santa, bit the cookie and they'd be sitting there and I really thought Santa bit the cookie, you know what I mean? Like I remember, hey man, I'm gonna be honest, man.
Now I
Like
learned
they had
something new, cuz I didn't know that
yeah. Nah,
one.
for real, bro. Like mama used to had that thing played out, so it was like it was real, like like yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Christmas
But this Christmas, Donny Hathaway, oh, that's one of the greatest Christmas songs
mm,
ever made, man.
Yeah, it
ever
is.
Absolutely.
made, without question.
And
Yeah.
that's right. And what about you, Rick?
I think one of the biggest, like one of the Christmas memories that stand out for me is when I think I was probably around 13 years old. With the church, we went to, it was like a foster home, and went to give gifts, right? And the church, all the gifts that were donated, we brought from the church over with a group of us kids, went over and get to the, obviously the less fortunate and these young kids. And I remember how good that made me feel that till this day, I was just thinking about this yesterday, that every year I think about that specific day. And then that day, I remember telling myself that when I can, and I have the means to be able to do that every Christmas, going to give back, and I'm going to, whether it's whatever it is that I can do it every year. My wife and I, we change up, but every year we give back. But it's that specific Christmas during that time that I think about it every Christmas, and that's it wasn't something I was thinking about as a kid. I just went, okay, I got to go with church. Mom is making me go, But then what I got out of that was a life experience, and I learned a lot about myself and to be grateful for what we do have.
Respect.
Right. Absolutely.
That is awesome. And that's beautiful. And David, what about you?
Probably don't have too many. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't really celebrate Christmas until way later.
Okay.
Like when I was like maybe 18, 19 years old, and I was kind of living on my own. So I would say one of the Christmas memories that really wasn't on Christmas Day, but back when Destiny's Child actually just came out with their Christmas album, they did a live performance at BET's 106 and Park taping, and Mariah was there too, and there's a bunch of different artists, and they were doing different tapings for some show that they were doing, and I got to witness that live, and I got to sing in front of them myself, and it was just an awesome moment. It was a really awesome moment, and one of the ones I'll definitely hold dear.
I know
that's dope. That's dope.
That is
a big one right there, bro.
I know that's dope.
Yes, sir.
Wow. One of my favorite Christmases, okay, and I'm about to tell my age, was back in 1979.
Oh man,
hold on. That's the year that
the Jones Girls when he started popping.
And remember, I was telling your moms that was my childhood as a little girl. That's all you could hear was the Jones Girls. I just love my man. All that stuff. Oh my God.
Oh, so you grew up. So Duchess, you grew up on our mama's music.
I grew up on your mother's music. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm going to I say you Auntie Shirley. Because when my mother was in the kitchen straightening my hair with the hot comb, she'll have the Jones Girls playing in the background. All that. Yeah. So,
that's dope.
1979, I was 5 years old. Okay, so I'm telling my age, and I'm proud of it and stuff. And I remember that's when the Barbie Dream House, the real original Barbie Dream House, at first came out. I'm talking about the real stuff, okay? And my mother and father got me one, and I mean, this is the Barbie Dream House you had to put together with nails and hammers and stuff. Not that stuff.
Wow!
It was the original one, and my father spent all day putting it together, and in between him putting that Barbie Dream House together and me harassing him and climbing through and wouldn't let him fix it and everything because I couldn't wait, him and my mother would stop and take breaks. And that's the year also Smokey Robinson Cruising came out, and they danced all day to that Christmas to Smokey Robinson Cruising song that Christmas. And I just remember that as a little girl because I sit and think about them because both of them are no longer here with me. But that was like one of my favorite Christmases, getting that Barbie Dream House and just seeing the image, remember the image of my parents just kissing and hugging and dancing and cruising.
Oh, I love that.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That's dope.
Hey, and thank you for reminding me that my 3-year-old has a Barbie Dream House that I got to put together for Christmas. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Get to put it together, player.
She's not going to let you finish it. She's going to be trying to play with it because I know when my father's putting mine together, he can't get it done.
She open it, she gonna want it up, and I'm gonna have to do it because it's Christmas. So.
She ain't gonna want to mess with it. 30 minutes later, she ain't even gonna care about it no more.
But I got to put it up. You know how that goes.
You gotta do it, bro.
Come on, man. It's memories that she'll remember.
Exactly.
You gotta do it and stuff. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for coming on tonight. Rick, David, Linwood, for coming on, joining us tonight, and Cam and Phelps, thanks for coming back with us, being the guest host. You know, y'all part of the Misfits and everything, whatnot.
Absolutely.
We family now, man.
Oh, definitely family, always and stuff. And all three of you brothers. I mean, thank you so much. Y'all came and shared some good, some good.
Y'all got some dope music, man. Keep going, man. Y'all got some dope music.
Y'all got a new fan in us. I want to
definitely.
Thanks,
I
man.
mean, you with the jazz, you know what I'm saying, bro? I really want to
Absolutely.
get, you know, I want to get with all of y'all. I'm very cultural and diverse. I want to
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
with all of
thanks.
y'all, link up, make some stuff shake. I feel like we need to help each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right.
That's what it's all about. So let's tap in on Instagram. I follow each one of y'all.
Exactly.
I look forward to seeing what you guys are continuing to do in y'all career. And you know what I'm saying? Stay safe out here. You know what I'm saying? More
Yeah.
That's
importantly,
right.
stay
Yeah,
safe.
you too.
Real.
And you
Absolutely.
guys
Likewise,
kind of
likewise.
Rick, you already up on the. I mean, David's already up on the block, right? Thank you and stuff. The block, the app. Yeah, you can. You
I'm
probably.
finna download the block right now,
Yeah,
Auntie. You got to
download
know
the
that.
Yeah,
block.
I'm about to download the block too
Yeah.
myself, man. I ain't
Right,
gonna
the
lie.
block is
let
our
me
social media site,
let me
where we
download.
connect. And this is the reason why we do this here. We have different artists come on together because we about connecting and networking. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
and
Right.
stuff, and we want to keep that juices going and stuff. We want to stay in touch with one another. So yeah, the app is free in all app stores and stuff. The block also got an Instagram page now, so y'all can go to the block on the Instagram and everything, and you can see snippets
What's
of
the
the
Instagram
shows.
page, don't you?
The Instagram page, and I
Like
just
triple
actually
E the
started it.
block, right?
Yeah, everything Entertainment Expo.
Yeah, well, it's E.E.E. The block. That's what it is. Yeah. You know, they wouldn't let me get everything Entertainment Expo all on up there, so I had to do the
Right.
E. And so it's
Now
E.E.E. the block.
in the
Okay,
app
y'all can
store,
follow
in
there
the
and
app
be up and
store,
down.
it's
Huh?
just it's the block or DA block.
No,
In the App Store,
the
it'd be everything
THE.
Entertainment
THE.
Expo.
block.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And then when you get there to the Instagram page, the link to join the block is right there. It's in the bio and stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna just
And
go
you know,
hop
Oh,
you
out
okay.
here.
just come on and post, help the platform grow and stuff.
For sure.
This is something just something like for us, by
Okay.
us and everything. For music
Got it.
business and everything,
Love that.
So
Fubu in the building.
huh?
I said Fubu in the building. For us by us.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's a flashback. Yeah.
yes. All right.
Speaking
So
of
thanks, Phil. I
flashbacks,
see you
P.
just
Diddy done
followed and
about
stuff.
out Sean John.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, and
really?
stuff.
Right.
Hmm.
And everything. So,
Dope.
well, again, I want to thank you. I hope everybody have a happy holidays and safe
Yeah,
holidays.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
please stay safe.
Well, all
Yeah,
of
like
you.
Cam said, y'all
Everybody.
stay safe
Everybody
and
safe.
stuff.
Yeah. Thanks.
And whatnot. If y'all got to, just stay home with your family, your immediate family and stuff, and everything. Stay safe. Cam, you put that Barbie dream house up for the baby and just kick it up and stuff and everything. Y'all just all stay safe. And
Y'all pray for me though. I'm finna go out the country, man. And
oh really? Yeah, where you going? You just say
Updated,
you're
I
man.
booked a trip
Kickles.
6 months ago. It's my birthday trip, and ain't nothing stopping me. I'm going. So we're gonna see what happens.
Oh yeah, well you
Now,
know what, be
for real,
careful.
Cam, keep us updated, man.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will.
Yeah,
I hope I make it back safe. But
You will.
No, you gonna make it back safe, bro. You ain't putting that in the air,
That
bro.
part.
You gonna
I'm
make it back
being
safe, bro.
I'm being silly, man. But it's this Omicron,
Yeah.
it's Omarion, it's spreading fast, man. It's making me nervous, y'all.
yeah. Well, just take your mask. Did you get vaccinated?
I'm fully vaxxed, but I ain't got the booster yet. Yeah, I
Right.
travel so much.
Maria
That's the
can
only reason.
blessings, good
Yeah,
vibe, and guests. Happy
yeah.
holidays, Maria Calderon. Is that somebody? Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Shout out to the chat. The chat's been live all night. So
I didn't see the chat.
the
Thank
chat,
you,
the,
Steady.
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
the
lit the
chat's
whole
been
night
the
though.
chat's been pretty live all night, and
I didn't see nothing.
they've
I
been
Thank
see
you,
pretty.
Kyle.
nothing at
Thank
all.
you for pointing that out,
And
Kyle.
I'm gonna hear it now and stuff because I was on the chat and nobody said nothing. I seen nothing. Thank you, Steady.
I had no idea that you didn't see it.
I seen nothing. I seen Monet, and I think that's it. But whatever and stuff. But again, y'all all have a safe, happy holidays. Hopefully y'all be back on here. We'll want to come back on and stuff. Come up on the block and network with us there and stuff, and just keep in touch. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
everybody, we all in this together and stuff. So
Yeah, and if and when all of y'all link up and come up with something with a project, you guys got to come back and premiere
Hey,
it here. So
I'm
yeah,
with
and don't forget the block
Oh yeah,
first,
yeah.
okay?
it.
I'm putting that out in the universe like right now because everybody
Yes.
here is just really talented, and I saw like Phillips and I saw Phillips and Rick. They just started improvising like they do.
Right.
And,
Yes.
It's
You know,
already in
Yeah.
chemistry. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
It was
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
chemistry.
absolutely, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right. And this was a
dope
phenomenal
interview.
show
Dope
and
interview,
stuff.
man. Yeah, dope
Phenomenal
interview, man.
show and stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
keep
you guys
doing
keep up the great work as well. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you for
And
that.
everything. And everything. Thanks for responding, matter of fact, to my invite. I really appreciate that. 'Cause I know you get some weirdos on social media and you're like, oh, do I really want to open this up? But now
It's perfect timing. That worked out.
Yes.
Yeah, I only go after raw talent, just to tell you the truth. So, you don't have to worry about me. I'm no weirdo or anything. But when I seen all of you guys' profile, I was like, oh yeah, no, they got to get on the show and stuff. But again, but thank you so much.
Also, Glenwood and David, you guys keep up the great work. The vocals, the songs are sounding amazing.
Thank you so much. Likewise, man. I hit both of you up on there because I hope to network with you guys and maybe we'll work together one of these days because I love what I hear.
Yeah. You guys get up, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh,
awesome.
yes, sir.
But thank all of y'all. Phillips, Cam, David, Rick, Glenwood, Kyle, Steady. I just want everybody to have a safe holiday. Merry Christmas. And blessings to all of y'all. And I'm just so glad to be a part of this with y'all tonight. And,
absolutely.
Let's all go into 2022 with a smile. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
Even though it seemed kind of dark, man, we got to keep smiling, you know?
Every day above ground is a good day. Y'all remember that.
Be all right.
Yeah.
Right. Gonna be all right. Much love to y'all. Much love to y'all.
That's right. But y'all all have a good night. And thank you so much.
Have a great night. Thank you again for everything.
Have a good night.
All right, y'all.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Merry Christmas.
Absolutely, y'all.
Absolutely. Happy holidays.
Happy
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
that was a great. Yeah, Cam, Phil, thank you so much. That was a dope show and stuff. But you get ready to go out of the country?
Yeah, I'm going to Turks and Caicos.
Hey.
Yeah. But with the whole, it's a lot of stuff I got to go through to get there and get back. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm nervous, man. And PJ know, like I done been about 10, 11 different countries, and it's like I'm used to traveling, but this time I'm nervous because it's like, damn, okay, we got to make sure we get back. And then with all this stuff going on, this Omicron came out of nowhere, man. You know?
Like damn. The whole name, the Omicron, that just sounds like scary. Like so.
Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that shit sound like some RoboCop shit or something, man.
Transformers. Like what the hell?
Omicron.
They're using the Greek alphabet for naming the variants, right? But they didn't want to. It was Omicron's actually the 5th letter in the Greek alphabet, but they didn't want to use the other ones because they sound too similar to common Asian names. And you know how they, how people were all over like, oh my God, anybody that was Asian at the beginning of this whole thing, they went,
okay.
They were like, okay, no, let's not start that. Let's just go straight to Omicron. But the first thing that it reminded me of is a sci-fi show I used to watch, Futurama.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They definitely pushing that shit on some.
Yeah.
On some Omarion coming to a city near you.
Omarion on a war.
Because I know I'm not until next year. I'm going out the country, and I'm hoping because my niece, she's a drum major in her high school, was invited to perform in the New Year's Day parade over in London next year. 2023.
Oh man.
So
what part of London, don't you?
Damn, I forgot.
But I'm gonna say this though. Anything that's shut down, if we do shut, it ain't gonna shut down long, man. They're gonna shut down for a hot second just to make, because this Omicron is. But the thing that I don't like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, is Omicron been here for a long time, and we just it's been here about a month now, and we just had our first death. So I think like they need to start emphasizing the good parts. Like rest in peace to bruh, but
it ain't gonna happen.
It's not that, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's as bad as they trying to make it seem. You know
well,
what I'm saying?
Fauci came out and said that he's like Omicron is the one you don't have to worry about as much, but then they're like, oh no, but this one isn't, even though the symptoms aren't as severe as Delta.
But you still it might,
like if you were to get a version of COVID, this is probably the one you want, but this is also the one they're saying that
I don't want none of it.
Yeah, right.
But
let's just
want.
It could strain what's already there though, because you got so many
Exactly.
people that still hospitalized for Delta. Delta still is still out here,
Yeah,
and then Omicron.
Delta's
Yeah.
still out here.
So
Omicron's out here. Like, okay,
yeah,
let me just take care of the rest. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like
Right.
he's out here with mommy, and he just went on his own. And
Yeah,
that's
man. It's really crazy that we even having these conversations, bro. Like
No,
whoever.
it is, man.
But what
It really is, man.
I am very fascinated about, and I've said it, I've said it many times before, is how selective this is when it comes to symptoms. Like
Exactly.
everybody's getting different symptoms, regardless of whatever the variant is. Everybody is getting different symptoms. Some are asymptomatic. Some are only getting the sniffles. Some are getting another thing entirely. But yet some are recovering faster than others. Like I think it's really time for us to talk about the individual person as opposed to the disease itself and how it's and how it's and act like it's affecting everybody the exact same way. Because because what is it about these? And I'm not just talking about COVID. I'm talking about everything. What is it about these certain diseases that some people seem to be taking better than others? What is it? Is it their diet? Is it the way they're living their lives? What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, media is wrapped around fear, and it gets a little deeper with that. Like, the more you keep people in fear, the more they're willing to buy. Most people buy things off of fear. Like they want to make themselves feel better, so they go buy something or whatever. It's deep, man. Like that's a whole nother conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? It get deep, man. It get deep.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
But let's not worry about that, right now, even though it is yet. I'm not going to say it's not something to worry about. I'm just saying we got our brother over here about to celebrate his birthday. We got the holidays coming up.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Gotta stay positive, man. But it is concerning. But I know I'm gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Let me put positive in the chat. I'm gonna be good. But
no, you're gonna be all right. You definitely gonna be good.
Yeah, I done thought about canceling. I done thought about it.
Nah, go and have fun. You taking the family with you?
Me and my wife going. We're gonna leave the baby in the in-laws at the in-laws spot in Florida. So we shooting down the
she ain't staying with auntie.
She's staying with my mom-in-law. You see what I'm saying? And
okay.
And then we leaving out of Miami on Monday. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
okay, that makes sense.
I got the place set up. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get there.
So you going after Christmas?
Yeah, right. I'm the 28th, right? My birthday on the 28th, so I'm going right after Christmas.
All right. Well, you have fun, and we're gonna be wishing you happy birthday.
I appreciate
it. We got that new single coming for y'all too, man. Y'all gonna be some of the first to hear it for sure. You already know.
Definitely. Send it over to us.
Y'all gonna love that one. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gonna love that one.
I can't wait. We'll play it and stuff. We'll definitely get it played and everything and whatnot and stuff. But thank you so much on all this for the last moment, because we tried to put something together for yesterday at holidays, but everybody's schedules the holidays, everybody busy and stuff. So but thanks for coming in on the last minute with this show, and it was epic and stuff. Always epic and stuff.
Yeah, I love that creativity of having artists to interview artists on Artistry Tuesday. They kind of give them some ropes to help magnify what it's about.
Deep tonight, man.
It got deep. You might have some people to collab with later on.
Right. And I hear
that little Glenwood, that little boy, that might be a little boy.
And he was
he got a real good energy, man. Real good energy about him.
Real patient too. Yeah, I like him, man.
Yeah, and he can sing, man. He got talent.
And he another one that came to my city to follow their dream. So it's like that's why I feel like I gotta tap in with Lil Homie. You know what I'm saying? Just it's talented. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if nothing else, we can make something happen. Yeah.
Definitely tap in and stuff. Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on and stuff.
All day, Jackie, you already know.
Yep, y'all have a good night.
Anytime.
Y'all too.
Yes. And whenever y'all want to come on, just tap in and be like, "Yo, what y'all doing tonight?" And whatnot.
Listen, man, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, me and Cuzzo about to start our podcast, so this has been great practice for us. We just I told him last night. I told him last night. I said, bro, practice, bro. We gotta get it in because we so used to being on the other side.
Right.
I like asking questions and It's just it's good to be multi-talented,
But you're natural. Both of you guys are natural at it. Just off the energy y'all feed off each other.
Y'all asked the right questions, good questions. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
that. Appreciate it. And that means a lot coming from y'all, man.
Because
Y'all
it ain't
experience
easy.
with this.
Like this been kind of different for us. So we be kind of jabbing in when we can. But
and I ain't gonna lie, me and Cuzzo always said like y'all was the most enjoyable interview we ever had. The first time we came on, like we had the most fun with y'all, man.
Why we want to keep coming back.
Yeah, we had the most fun with y'all, man. And we had just had an interview right before then where they were kind of dry. The interview was dead as hell. I'm like, damn, man, like what the fuck? Like, yo, I could have missed this shit, man. Like,
look,
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all know how Cuzzo do. Cuzzo was getting up during the interview, like,
oh man,
are you serious?
when it's bad,
that interview was terrible, man. Like,
Cuzzo was like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they was like 21 Savage the whole time, monotone as hell, man. Like,
oh man,
but it was still like they were still giving us love, and shout out to them.
They was. Shout out to them, man. And we ain't gonna say no names specifically.
They was doing the best they could, you know.
They was.
You guys start your
It is what it is. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
Nah, it's cool. I was just gonna ask them, do they need an editor for their podcast?
Oh, there you go, Kyle.
We may eventually. For sure.
What you mean, bro? We don't even know what we doing. We just finna go. You know, this something that we really want.
No, I'm saying once we started, when
he come out here, Cuzzo is still in Detroit, so we decided like I really want me and him to be together. Like,
you guys,
okay.
I think that'll really because we don't, coming into a podcast game, we know a lot about music, but we don't know nothing about podcasts. But I feel like it's something that me and him need to continue to build our brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's been a few, there's been, I don't know how many artists that have their own podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One that come to mind, my favorite group, the Schools. They had,
absolutely.
Well, I'm just saying, if you guys need an editor when you get started, just hit me up.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
You never know. Like I said, you guys, you definitely got it. Because when I started with Steady. I never knew this was something I did, and I just started doing this back in July, right, Steady?
Right. Absolutely, you did.
But
dang, don't you? It seems like you've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, you a natural then, because you the main one. Like you be keeping it together. You know what I'm saying? All of us play our roles, but you ask the questions and keep everybody involved. So that's a natural ability. That ain't something you can learn. You can't read a manual on how to.
Right. Told him. You know how to take charge and lead.
And I ain't gonna lie, Dutchess, when you had me and Cam freestyling, we don't even freestyle like that. Man, but you had us so into the interview, like we freestyling, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
look, we done went through the whole record. We couldn't even shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The old school joints and stuff. Yeah. Well, you know what it is, because I've always been a lover of music. You understand what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to vibe with people, who's a part of that, music and everything. But yeah, my first interview, the first show I did was with Steady here on his podcast in July. He actually interviewed me because of my platform, my social media app, as a guest. And then I came back with him and did an interview, a guest host like you guys, and then I just became a plot. And that was back in July.
That's dope.
Actually, Who They Want is getting ready to go on the road, because we're going to be doing a show out in Alabama in February and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be some big show that's going to be going on in fashion. iHeart, One Heart, it's called One Heart. An event for heart cancer, heart disease and stuff. And we're gonna be interviewing all the people, all the models, all the celebrities that's gonna be coming through, all the performers and stuff. Just interviewing them out there. So we was invited out there. They got our name on the Who They Want Entertainment podcast on the flyers and stuff. So it's something dope.
That's dope.
That's nice, man.
Dope.
Yeah. So it's gonna be live and everything. So, but yeah, we're gonna be looking out for your podcast and stuff. So
hey, we to be honest, we don't need it's so much other stuff going on. We just don't even have no date, but look out for it. It'll be sometime in 2022. I think we'll get it off the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You guys are gonna have fun with it. You already have that energy. You have a little bit of experience under.
And we know it's a lot of people we could bring up, a lot of legends and stuff. So I'm very excited to bring. Here
you go.
Well, with that being said, hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, because we can't be telling y'all too much of what's going on under the sleeves of Who They Want. So y'all tune in. We should see y'all maybe before Christmas. If not, we'll see y'all in 2022. That's a quick show wrap up.
Exclusive, bro.